So I've got some thoughts of my own regarding the Arsenal summer transfer window, and there's so many people that's got so many mixed reviews or previews or even statements or whatever you want to call it. In particular, about two informed strikers in Europe right now. It is Benjamin Sesko and Victor Gyökeres. Now, two different leagues altogether, and obviously two different profile of players, similar in style, however. 22 years old and 27 years old. 22 years old, 33 games. 33 games gives you 13 goals and 5 assists. That's in the Bundesliga. In the local cup competition, 8 games, 4 goals, no assist. And then of course, that's Champions League, 8 games, 4 assists. And then of course the local cup competition is 4 games and 4 goals and 1 assist. That is Sesko. 22 years old, believe that Bundesliga is a much better league, stronger league, more competitive. But also some would say it is a farmers' league because Bayern Munich, Dortmund and Leverkusen has been sort of dominant in that league. Victor Gyökeres in Liga Portugal, 33 games, 39 goals and 7 assists. That's in the league. Champions League, 8 games, 6 goals, 1 assist. And in their local cup competition, 3 games and 4 goals, no assists. That is Victor Gyökeres, 27-year-old versus 22-year-old. Bundesliga versus Liga Portugal. Now, there's a vast difference in terms of the leagues. Bundesliga, as I said, is a much better league, is much stronger league, more competitive. And obviously 3 to 4 teams has been dominating. However, the Red Bull Leipzig team has really been consistent in their time there. And then Liga Portugal is Sporting has been winning that league for the last 2 seasons, and they've won a double now last season, whereby they won the Liga Portugal and also, I can't pronounce the cup, however, that is what they've won. Now, Victor Gyökeres is obviously a serial winner in that. He's played in the Championship in England, whereby he scored for his last season with Coventry's 18 goals in all competitions. He's been in the Premier League as well, didn't play much for Brighton at the time when Ben White was there. I think there was 1 or 2 games that he played in a cameo position. But yeah, let's get back to the profile players. Now, Arsenal is in for both, been linked with. And there's no suggestion or there's no reason why it can't be true that in this world of football, both teams or both players can play for one team. I'm going to tell you why. We need a striker. We need another midfielder, whereby we've now already have that midfielder, which is Zubimendi, replacement for Jorginho. And then we've got a left wide forward, whereby we've got Trossard and Martinelli. Now, both these players, Sesko and Gyökeres, can play on the left as well. Remember Henry, he started as a left winger, slash striker, but then he became an all-round forward player, whether it's wide, whether it's up front, whether it's behind the 10 or in front of the 10, or whether it's left. So these two players can play up front as a 9 and also can play on the left side wide forward. So there was talks and links about Rodrigo from Real Madrid to Arsenal. If I sign both these two strikers, I don't have to sign Rodrigo, because then I have Martinelli, I've got Trossard, and I've got either or Sesko or Gyökeres on that left side. And then I've got either or both these players up front as a 9. So the rotation and the ability of various positions are covered. And then of course the Saka backup would be a long-standing need as well. However, we have this youngster, Ethan Nwaneri, and then of course the youngest lad in the history now, making so much progress in Arsenal, is Max Dauman. He can also play as a 10, he can also play as a right wing, but he's there. So there is enough cover in that, whereby I would rather prefer we upskill these youngsters coming from the academy, because we still have Jesus coming back that can also cover for Saka, and also Martinelli that can cover there. So we've got enough forward players then, if we sign these two players. Then obviously another goalkeeper, whereby a year ago was given for Kappa from Chelsea, 5 million release clause, which I don't think it's a bad opportunity for Raya to be pushed by a very good goalkeeper, although he's also very suspect at times. So yeah, there's no reason why these two players cannot play for Arsenal. Now, coming down to why we did not sign a striker yet, and it's simple. We've got owners in the Kroenke's that are very prioritized numbers in terms of revenue, profits, and all those sort of financial situations whereby they can find themselves in PSR regulations, rules, and of course you don't want to get into the bad side or the wrong side of that, whereby you are charged with improper financial financial situations. Now the Kroenke's are looking in the finances, and I'm gonna sort of, my opinion, this. The new financial year is now coming in June, and I'm gonna tell you why I say this. Most clubs would want to add their new transactions into the new financial year in order for them to obviously be cleared by the PSR rule. Now, for Martin Zubimendi to be announced officially, Real Sociedad, as the reports are saying, and if it's to be true, they would want that announcement to be done in July, because then that transaction will be then added to the new financial year, which makes sense, because a club like that, selling one of their best players and also getting some good money, would want to use that money and also have the transactions done in the new financial year. And that is why I say the reason why Arsenal has not really gone for anybody to officially bid for these type of players, and there's no rush, because the players that are the players are linked to certain clubs, whereby these clubs are all in similar stance, whereby they want to spend money, but they want to spend the right price and they want to spend it for the right player. Now, both Sesko and Gyökeres is about 10 million difference. So Arsenal want Sesko's price to be dropped, and Arsenal would want to have a good price on Gyökeres, whereby both players has been agreed upon for their own personal terms, and the club would want the new transactions also be reflected into the new financial year statements. So I think that is the reason, which is for me a valid reason, obviously to be able to spend money, and also the going outs would also then reflect into the new financial year, whereby Arsenal will gain more profits, and they will obviously have set-offs onto the come-ins, the guys that are coming in as new recruits, and that will set off to the balances and transactions of the new financial year, and that makes sense. So yeah, that makes sense from a business perspective. And you know what, I don't always agree with the Kroenke's methods for generating profits and making money, because they believe that the club should be self-sustainable. I still would want them to leave my club due to so many things that they have done over the years. But for this, it makes sense to have the transactions reflect on the new financial year, because then you start with a clean slate. Obviously, gaining some salaries in Jorginho's salary, Tierney's salary, the loanies that we're going to lay off, the people we're going to sell, Neto's salaries, Sterling's salary. Pardon me, those players that were on loan at Arsenal and has gone back to their clubs, and those whose contracts obviously expired. So their salaries will be a humongous save for the club, and that is the reason why, in my opinion, I think the club is waiting. So Arsenal fans, just relax, be calm, stay calm, because there is movement, and Andreas Berta is doing these things, securing some deals with various players. And like I said in the beginning of this video, is that who's to say, and there's no reason for us to get both these two strikers, and then we have cover from wide forwards into the number 9. And then, of course, most of our playing style is going to have to change and be tweaked to accommodate these strikers. Whoever's going to come in, whether it's both, whether it's one of each, or either or, we're going to have to tweak our playing style. And Arteta has got a huge amount of pressure on him to obviously get us over the line this season. And I'm going to end off with saying that I am saying this, and I'm time-stamping it. It's today, the 16th of June at 1:30, that Arteta, if he doesn't get us over the line with a major trophy, I think his time at Arsenal is up. Whether the owners is going to do it or not, for me, as a huge Arsenal fan, I think I'm going to give him the season to show us, with the players that he will get, that he can get us over the line for a Premier League or a Champions League, or a double domestic trophy, or even a double European trophy. So for me, that is the objective from my personal opinion, is that if he doesn't get us that, then he obviously have to get out of my club and let us get the person who's going to get us over the line. But you can have your say. You can obviously put your comments in and let us have a conversation about it.